Okay. Are we on? We are. Welcome back to the Coffee Slut Podcast. This person doesn't need an introduction, but he is the man behind the scenes. He is my partner in crime, and he is the love of my life. Rudy. I don't ever say that either. But welcome to the
Hola.
Hola. How are you?
I'm doing good. Tired.
I know. We're both tired.
It's been a long day.
But he was like, "Are we going to record our episode today?" And I said, "Yes, let's do it." But I had an evening client, so here we are. It's a nightlife with our son. It is Mother's Day on Sunday, so I hope I get flowers because I am a dog mom.
We'll see if he goes and gets them.
We'll see. But today I do want to talk about relationships. I do. I get a lot of questions about how we've been together for so long and how we've been able to maintain our relationship. But and we talk about it all the time. And I do want to emphasize and start off with, why is dating so hard now to you? And my perspective, I think people have very high expectations. People, I think, especially like women, you have to check off a checklist. You have to make a certain amount. You have to be tall, X, Y, and Z. But also, I think there's a lot of men who just aren't ready to commit, and women who probably commit too fast. That's my biggest thing.
I think everything that you say is true. Um, it's also like you for, I guess my immediate big factor is the default of social media.
Yeah.
I think we all have our own algorithm, and I think that gets us guided into a certain path or certain goals or looking for certain people. And so I think since that happens, what men tend to be looking for is not what women tend to be looking for. I
Can you
think
explain?
mm, also depending on the stage of life people are in, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter what age, it's the stage of life. I think some women could be looking for something serious or something casual, while men are doing the same thing, but they're finding the opposite men for that time.
Mm. So not being
Does that
in
make
line.
sense?
Yeah, not being in line.
Yeah. And it's also like you could have the right person, just not the right time.
That's true. That's very true. People do come back to each other. Social media is a big factor. There's a lot of people who do couple TikTok relationships, and then people start comparing their relationships to these people online. I think that's another big factor. But I also feel like that's like unrealistic to a lot of people. Everybody's lives are
What?
different. How people present their relationships online, especially if that's all they do. And then people are like, well, why isn't my relationship like this? When it's just a part of what they do, and they also do it as a job.
Mhm.
But do you think people actually want love, or they just want attention and validation?
Both. I think everybody's definition of love is different.
Mm-hmm.
And I think attention and validation could be somebody's definition
Of
of
love.
love. Um, I mean, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I mean, with the 4 different love languages,
Yeah.
physical
Gifting.
touch,
Yes.
gifting, all that. I mean, I think understanding how you would like to receive love is key. I think you analyzing what makes you feel the way you would like to feel. Um, I think also finding ways that you don't want to be treated loved.
Mm-hmm.
Like that comes down to the toxic stuff. That comes down to or even if it's too touchy, too physical,
Mm.
and that doesn't align with how you want to be in a relationship. Um,
Situationships are a thing. It's like they don't want to commit.
I think that's different.
You think?
At least different than what I'm trying to explain.
Okay.
I think what I'm trying to say is that understand understanding how you want to be treated, not just loved. Understanding how you want to be treated helps you filter the kind of people that you want around you. Helps filter the kind of person that you want to commit to for the rest of your life. If you're trying to find that person, obviously.
Yeah.
But what you're saying, situationships,
It's a whole different story.
yeah.
But a lot of people are in them.
And I think because people are afraid to speak up.
True.
I think people are afraid of losing somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you're somebody who is, how do you say it? Like, if you're one of those that's afraid of, let's play it out. Say something casual starts up and you want to make this a serious thing, but you're dealt with the predicament of, if I confront this person and they don't feel the same way that I feel in this moment, then I'm at risk of no longer having this.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just stay around long enough for them to come around and admit or finally reach the stage that I'm currently at.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you call a situationship. I'm fortunate enough, well, I feel like we're fortunate enough to not have gotten to the phase of life where that's a thing.
Thing.
Uh,
I mean, we've been through our, things, and we worked a lot on it, and we still work every day on our relationship.
yeah, that's a daily thing.
That's a daily thing.
Um,
But it's like people ask all the time, like, how have we gone so long? And X, Y, and Z. And then we'll get into it later. But I think also people date not just for connection anymore, but like temporary loneliness. They don't want to be alone. Tying back to what you were saying.
yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. And then you have those people that are um, notorious for like never being single,
That's true.
always having somebody, even if it's not something serious. There's somebody that they're talking to.
Yeah. And I mean, I tell a lot of people, like a lot of girls that I talk to, I think also you have to learn how to be alone. Being able to be alone too when you're in a relationship. Because you're not always going to be with your partner. Like there's some days where we don't see each other for hours.
Yeah, I mean, there's days that we don't. I say bye to you in the morning, or you say bye to me in the morning, and we don't see each other till dinner time.
Dinner time. Yep.
Granted, I mean, luckily that's very few nowadays, but I mean, still we have them.
I still have them. And also, like, we just shared calendars, by the way, which helps a lot.
Yeah,
Because we were asking each other, when are you going to be home?
I don't know why we didn't do that a lot
Didn't do
sooner.
that early. He's like, babe, you're busy in the morning. I'm like, yeah.
I always think it's just bullshit. And I'm like, you had
You
4
think I'm
clients.
bullshitting?
I'm like, you had 4 clients, but you had a 2-hour gap in between, and then you just hung out at the coffee shop.
Did a video.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, so this is where my women should lock in. This is where my girls should lock in. What makes a man emotionally unavailable?
That's a loaded question.
That's a loaded question, but that also leads down to like communication. How men aren't able to communicate, or, oh, I'm a bad texter. Oh, I'm this, and that.
Yeah, I think there's endless factors that could play into that. It could be early childhood shit. It could be post relationship trauma. I know those are all buzzwords, but um, like carrying what you learned or dealt with in a previous relationship into the next one, and now wanting to be in the same situation, kind of thing. Um, I think a lot of it just stems from not wanting to get hurt again,
Mhm.
like fear, um, emotional. What was it
Like,
again?
I just feel like why men are, like, emotionally shut down. They don't.
On top of that, I think it like just knowledge, education. I don't think a lot of men understand their emotions, if you will.
Also, growing up as a man, you're not shown
Yeah, it's
to
not.
show emotion per se.
How do you say, like? I mean, to be a man is like bravado, like egotistical, like machismo, like
Mhm.
like that's a man.
Mhm.
And I mean, the emotional part is um like getting angry is a part of being a man. Getting loud to accentuate your message, your point of view, like that's a man. Like
Yeah.
uh, I think it takes time unless you're very lucky and you have somebody teaching it to you at a in childhood. Um, if you're doing it yourself, it's gonna take a lot of time, a lot of research, um, a lot of come to Jesus moment,
Yeah.
like really analyzing the things that you've done and how they've led you to where you are. Um, trial and error.
A lot of trial and
If
error.
you're if you find yourself dealing with similar situations, trying different avenues and
Mhm.
going about it, seeing which ones end up the way that you prefer. Um, you know, what does my boss say all the time? Catch more bees with honey. All that means is like being nice, uh, taking the positive uh avenue of a situation. When somebody's like, being a way that you wouldn't prefer, like rather than treating them like that, like just doing your best and being composed, um, almost making them feel like they are an asshole
Yeah.
because you're not giving what they're giving to you. Um, might help. Anyways, all that to be said, like emotional control is a lot more than suppressing your emotions. I
I've
think,
never heard it that way.
yeah, just to suppress your emotions, all that is doing is bottling it up.
Mhm.
Emotional control is understanding what you're feeling and why you're feeling that way, and also how to come out on the other end of it. If I'm feeling angry or something, it's all like a split second thing. Understanding why it's happening, am I valid in why I'm feeling this way, and am I going to prefer an outcome if I explode, or
Mhm.
is it going to bring anything good for me? Like most often, the answer is no. Um, and also like nowadays, very fortunate enough to create a life that I don't find that to be normal, like blowing up or getting mad anymore.
I think it's so funny when your parents they're working on it. But I love them and they're working on it. But there's moments where we're just here and then something happens.
Yeah, it's dead quiet or something like or nothing's happening.
That's not what I said. Your mom's like, chill, relax. You need to calm your attitude.
Yeah. Um.
That's just moments. That's just an example.
Yeah. I mean that too. It's also like when you live your entire life that way, it just becomes reactionary,
Hmm.
and it
Reactive.
almost it from my perspective, looking at them, I see that they don't even see that there's an issue.
Hmm.
It's not like he's getting upset that she's getting upset. It's like that's just how they talk. And it's not like something that's long and drawn out and people are pissed off about that conversation for the rest of the day. It's
Hmm.
just like that is now reactionary. That's now reactionary response.
Yeah.
Where Obviously, I prefer that not to be the case, but I mean,
And I think as we've gotten into our relationship, we're married. We're going to be married 3 years. Isn't that crazy? We've been together for 12, on and off. I have to emphasize. Uh, but I think it was very different because your family, like your parents, for example, are reactive. Mine just don't communicate. That's my family's issue, and that was my parents' issue. They just didn't communicate. It was always through me and then somebody telling X, Y, and Z. And I think that also leads to communication between relationships. And I have a lot of people ask for how to communicate better when we get into it. But what makes a man go from casually dating a woman to wanting to get serious and marrying her? Because you know how many people I've talked to? Oh, yeah, I've been with him for like 8 years and we're still not married. I said, what? Fortunate enough, we were together at a young age.
yeah.
And so I understand the difference. But there's some men who meet a woman, are with them for a year, and then they get married.
Situations are situational.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I mean, that's another loaded question. I mean, it's just like it comes down to the individual. Um, if a man is not in the stage of life that he wants to plant his roots,
Mm-hmm.
settle down, um, then he's not. Same goes back to the right person, wrong time.
Yeah. But it's
Uh,
like, why waste? Like, I just don't understand when a woman wants to get serious. They've been with their partner for X, Y, and Z. And then it's like, okay, I was with this woman for 6, 7 years. And then you know what? I don't want to be with you anymore. I'm not ready. It's the same thing, right? Like, it could be the right person, just not the right time. I think it, for me, it kind of, I can't understand why men waste women's time for that long. That's my kind of perspective on it.
I think my big brother advice to that kind of woman would be to be more upfront with their intentions. If marriage is something that is a priority to you at that stage of life, that needs to be something that's communicated. Um, right? You say it all the time: closed mouths don't get fed.
Yep.
If you don't express that that is your intention at that point in your life, then it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And if uh, what's the other cliche? If you're not teaching it, you're allowing it. If you are constantly living on cruise control with this person or in this relationship on cruise control with this guy, I mean, what's to get him eager to change that and to make you his wife or show you any other sort of ways of commitment? Like, what incentive does he have to do that if he's already got everything?
That's a good way to put it.
Um, I don't know. Like I think I am somebody that likes to think I have control of my life, and so I don't like to think that other people have the power to do that or control over my life. So I think I am somebody of extreme ownership,
Mm-hmm.
Jocko. Um, so it's like I don't want to be a victim of circumstance. If I'm in a situation that I don't like, I'm going to express that.
Mm-hmm.
Same for any woman in that relationship or in that situation. If marriage or commitment or anything of that nature, kids is something that is serious to you and that you're worried about, like that needs to be expressed so that you're not wasting your time, so that you're not getting jaded, so that you're not blaming this other person for your life.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. By the way, the birth rate went down a lot. I know you just brought it up, but I just had to say that
Why do you think that is?
because of what I think also the cost of living, people not committing, people not getting married, or
I think it's a grocery list of factors.
yes, for sure.
Um,
I think cost way more to live by yourself than with somebody else.
yeah, like you just said, cost of living is going up, wages aren't going up.
Mm-mm.
The culture, social media, like we live in a society that's not promoting the nuclear family.
Mm-hmm.
It's not promoting a husband and wife
Right.
and kids and a
Mm-hmm.
dog and property. Like that's another thing. Ownership. If you don't feel like you're a part of something, like what's to make you value it? Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that's a whole different thing. Especially like as a couple, do you want to own this home together? Do you want to have this mortgage together?
Yeah.
Do you want to have X, Y, and Z together? And that's a whole different topic. Um, but also it leads back to what I said in the beginning. Like women want to make sure that they feel supported, and I'm pretty sure, like you were saying earlier, a man wants to make sure they're supporting their partner.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, obviously, I think it's a whole different dynamic now, but I think women really do crave that from a man. And when they can't provide or
What's that?
like providing, have a good job, have all the characteristics in the world that they want, communication,
Right.
whatever that is. But like you said earlier, closed mouths don't get fed, especially if they're not expressing it. So that comes to the girls having to be honest with themselves.
You know, let me get a drink.
Pause. I think
a
you
little
should.
a little ASMR.
Oh my God. By the way, this is the worst flavor in the world. It's cream soda. That's disgusting.
It's the best.
And of course, he got the cheapest one, Hill Country Fair. They can't hear you. 264
Oh, 250 for a 6 pack.
at HEB. Here, everything's better.
Heb.
Heb. So, why do women stay attached to men who clearly cannot meet their needs? I think that leads back to loneliness. I guess like having somebody, again, loneliness, having somebody to rely on, having somebody that they can, you know, go to when friends aren't available, X, Y, and Z. Like you're going to have to be there for your partner.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's this guy, dude, this guy. I think that's but also I think it also goes deeper with that. Some women, not all women, can't be in their own presence and be alone, or they don't love themselves enough to be alone. And I think that's where a lot of relationships fail because people don't know how to learn. And that's with men too. They don't learn how to love themselves before they love somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say, and I mean it, who you marry is the biggest decision you will ever make. Bigger than your career, bigger than any promotion or job, bigger than any like you buying a house, because that partner can really determine your future and how you turn out, what you want to become, who you want to be involved with, like family, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And I truly believe that who you marry is the biggest decision of your life because they can dictate a lot of what you accomplish in life. But that's my
Absolutely.
take.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
I'm lucky enough that
just to expand on it, I mean, they will affect your career,
Mm-hmm.
um, your health, I
That's a
mean,
big one.
how often is it that you have two opposite ends of the spectrum, health wise, that are in a relationship? I mean,
It,
probably fairly
very,
rare
rarely
because
rare.
you're living the same lifestyle, so
Hmm.
you're probably eating the same things. I think it's probably only natural to be in a similar boat health wise. Um,
I do want to give credit though to your dad. He did his part when you were in high school. He came to school with the smoothie every morning. Every morning he came with the smoothie, and I said, "Damn, dude!" And he'd still go down the street to go get a liter of Coke.
yeah, that's what else are you in shape for? So you can enjoy the shit food.
Rudy played baseball his whole life, so his dad is very much of a health nut. Like he'll try anything, health wise. But he came.
He'll drink. I remember him. I remember he used to drink mushroom coffee
I thought he
grounds.
still. Wait, what
Yeah, I forgot what it's called. It has some name for it.
is it? MCT oil
No,
or is it mush?
it's like ground coffee grounds that are made from mushrooms.
Wow.
Yeah, that was probably the weirdest thing that. He was on for a while. And then he got my mom making everything with coconut oil.
Coconut oil, avocado
Get the
oil.
Crisco out. Come on.
No.
No?
We don't even have Crisco. We have
Yeah. What?
extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah, I know. I know. I gotta lather on butter and
Dude,
everything.
we stopped eating cereal. We don't eat cereal no more. We stopped eating chorizo. We stopped eating, we don't have tortillas in the house anymore unless they're corn. He gets like 50% fat free chips. We don't really have soda, but recently I've been on a Diet Coke kick. So we do have soda now. I allow him to have soda. There was a time where he wasn't. So he just drank what? Sweet tea,
Sweet tea, limeade,
water, and limeade. Yeah.
whatever
But
water
I
makes.
did make him start drinking more water. So he does drink a lot of water now.
Every morning as soon as I wake up, down a bottle of water.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
get the blood moving, get the metabolism going.
And I did get him addicted to coffee, so that's another.
I try to hold off an hour. So after I down my water bottle, at least an hour after I've been awake, then I'll have my coffee.
Hmm.
Um, I don't do that every day. I do fail sometimes because I'm tired of shit. And I just need to get up. Or I got work in the morning, so I need to start drinking it on the way to work. So that
On his days off, he's editing the podcast.
but yeah, do my best to drink a lot more water. Always have the water bottle around whenever we leave.
But for real, dude, it's like your supportive water bottle.
Yeah,
You have it everywhere.
called building habits. Yeah, sorry.
Anyways, um, health wise, I think that's a big one when you're in a relationship. Health wise
Th-
is a huge one. It matters to me a lot because obviously I'm in health, I'm in fitness,
mhm,
and it's so insane how many people are so unfit because of their partner's lifestyle, or
mhm.
they come into the gym and X, Y, and Z, or my husband doesn't work out, but I work out, or he goes and he
Yeah.
does his own thing.
It's everything. It's also. If you're a homebody or if you're somebody who never's at home,
Hmm. Yeah.
your partner's gonna play a factor in how you're living your lifestyle.
Hmm.
And I don't know. I think sum it all up comes down to communication. What's the kind of lifestyle you envision yourself living in the future, and is that something that I want to do? And if not, then cut ties. There's no harm, no foul. You don't have to want to have the same future.
Mm.
Find
But
somebody who does.
but also the future changes. People evolve.
Absolutely.
People like change. They want different things later.
Absolutely.
So that's another question that a lot of people asked, was like evolving. But I do want to like finish this segment with the girls.
Okay.
Do women romanticize potential instead of reality too much? I think we do. I think, there's a like, for example, and it's just like from movies or like unrealistic things.
Mm.
When we watch Bridgerton and when we watch Charlotte, and he had this whole speech, and I'm like, damn, dude, why can't you talk to me like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I don't have a fucking room of writers telling me what to tell you.
My heart calls your name, Charlotte.
Yeah. How many times did he rehearse that? Yeah.
Dude,
Okay.
I don't know. I think he did that in one take. That was so good.
Anyways, to answer your question, yes. I think it's also, for the most part, probably have high expectations for normal guys.
But also, I think about it too when I make him watch Love Island, and I know it's reality TV, but these women go in with such high expectations
Yeah.
all the time.
And to be fair, that's probably just a little flair for TV, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just to get a little bit of the like flabbergastness of like, damn, this bitch really wants it all, and who is she?
Rudy's pretty hard on these women on
They're
TV.
signing up for it. That's literally what they're doing. They're
That's
signing up
true.
for
That's
it because
true.
they want the attention. I mean, and what? And they make
We
up
get
for it in sponsor deals
mhm.
and
We get pretty
followers.
feisty.
And
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, what a flusy. I'm not gonna say who, but it's just like what a flusy, you know.
yeah, but I
Anyways,
mean, that's also part of the show.
yeah,
That's why they're on there. Um, what were you saying? Potential versus
potential versus
reality.
reality.
Yeah, it's just I think most people tend to want to look for good in people, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's a bad thing. I think for some people, they might let a bad situation go on too long.
Give an
As far
example.
as what you're talking about, the potential reality
Oh.
thing, you might be holding on to hopes for this person to become something that you want,
Mm.
maybe longer than you should. Um, I think it's healthy for you to also know what you want. And if this person can't do that for you, you're putting them and yourself in a situation that can't be met. Um, Also, like growth, we all grow on our own timelines.
Mm.
You can't force growth. Um, and also, like any guy that is going through his own hardships, he's going through it on his own timeline. He can't, what's the word? Expedite.
Yeah.
He can't expedite his growth for the sake of pleasing you or whatever, or a woman, or he's got his own goals that he's trying to meet that society's told him that he needs to reach. And if that's with you, great. If that's not, most men tend to need to do that to validate themselves before being able to provide security and just steadiness for anybody else. He's trying to fill his own cup before pouring it onto others.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's it. And it's also, it's hard to put into words, but a lot of guys deal with a lot of shit mentally, specifically, as far as balancing what society is telling us that we need to be, what our family wants us to be, what our spouse would like us to be, and what our younger selves wanted us to be. Like, and all those opinions clashing amongst each other, and us trying to find our way through a world that's probably more than likely set up for us to not have a good time,
Mm-hmm.
or at least a really hard time. Um, I don't know. It's hard for me to say like people stay too long, but if you're in a situation that you feel like you've been in it too long, then I mean, get out.
Some people are just content.
And if that's the case, then understand that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad thing. Contentment is not bad. Complacency is bad.
That's true.
To be complacent, I think, is, how do you say? To be complacent, what's the word? Dang. Trying to think on like a good analogy on how to explain it. I think contentment is being happy with where you are in life.
Mm-hmm.
Where being complacent is not wanting to put in the effort to grow or be better,
Mm-hmm.
or I don't think complacency necessarily has anything to do with like money, or needs to have anything to do with like money or women or assets.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could be a feeling with yourself.
Yeah.
And then where like contentment, like I would say I'm content with my life. And what that means is that if today was my last day, like I would have felt happy.
Aw,
Does that make sense?
yeah. That's really sweet, though.
Where complacency is not wanting to put in the effort to better your situation,
Yeah. Or start over,
whatever it might be.
whatever that might be. um, I think women are so the question is, are women losing softness because they've had to survive so much emotionally? So it's like when you hear men, oh, she's a bitch, or she's too much, or she's X, Y, and Z. Oh, she's just too much for me to be in this like relationship. When we were talking first date, expecting so much from me already. I think kind of like that. I think it's because dating is so fucking hard now. Everybody uses apps. Everybody does one night
Dude, I haven't
stands.
even thought about that.
Well, you didn't have to go through that.
Yeah, like,
A lot of people
dude.
meet through apps. A lot of people do one night stands, and a lot. The only reason I know this is because most of my friends are single.
Mm.
So dating apps, or they go out to clubs and they meet people. Um, People are fucking trying to date through run clubs now. Apparently,
Mm.
run clubs or gym crushes, and that's fine.
Yep.
But you forgot about the apps.
That's insane. Yeah.
People still use apps.
It's just like it's.
Oh my god, did I tell you? I didn't tell you. So me and my friend went to the Austin FC game, and I kid you not, the guy in front of us was on his app the whole time, DMing different women.
No.
Yes, and I was reading it, and sorry, and she was right behind. She was right behind him, and I was like right next to her, and I'm like, look at, and she's like, she looks and she's like, oh, what is he doing? He messaged 3 different women at the same time. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? For one girl, I'm at home. Oh, and X, Y. And I guess they were having a previous conversation before. She's like, why? Do you want to come over? He's like, I'll be there in 30 minutes.
And you wonder why guys are the way they are. Because look at that. He's a fisherman, sat out his hook, and trying to find something.
But 3, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? First one to reply. Oh, you want to hang out later? I'll be there in 30 minutes. He was there for probably
Jeez.
fucking an hour. And also lying. He said he'd be here in 30 minutes. It's like an hour and a half.
Keep her wanting more.
Babe.
Just saying that. Oh, wait, that's what a guy's thinking. What?
So I just couldn't. I was being so nosy. And she's like, um, and then like, so she was like, well, what are you doing? Like, where are you at? He's like, oh, I'm out with some friends at a game. But he had messaged 3 different women in like 2 seconds.
Is that a problem?
It's not a problem. It's just like, you have 3 women who probably are interested in you. Obviously, I don't know. But it looked like he had previous conversations with all these
Yeah.
3 women. Whoever fucking responds the fastest,
Okay. let's flip the role.
Oh.
If it was a single woman seeing her options, would you be against it?
I wouldn't be against it, but it's like I think a woman knows like who she would lean more towards. Not let me see who responds first.
Hmm.
I think women know like, you know what? I think I like him the most. So I'm not even going to waste my time and DM 3 guys at the same time.
Men are simple creatures.
Are they?
Whoever responds first,
Mm.
that's who's going to.
Okay, I see.
Um, he is not looking for who's the smartest, who's the prettiest,
Oh,
who's the nicest.
that's insane to me.
I
I mean,
know. I know. I haven't been single forever, but I still understand how they think.
well, you have a lot of single people too.
Oh yeah, I guess
You
that's
know a
right.
lot of single people too. A lot of men.
I got, I got, I got single friends from mid-20s to early 20s to late 40s, and they're all dealing with the same problems.
They're
They're
all
all on the apps. They're all going out trying to find chicks at bars or anywhere else that they.
uh
Dude, it's rough, man. I tell them all the time. I am so lucky. Like,
oh. What?
not only because of you, I am so lucky because I cannot imagine the kind of work that goes into
Oh my
trying
god.
to just find somebody to go have a meal with.
Honestly, and we were talking about this a while back. How people cheat too.
Cheat
How
what?
men cheat. How men are in a like, and the roles can go reverse too. Women do cheat as well. But when a woman is with a man, they're dating, whatever, the hideness and effort it takes for a man to hide him cheating is a lot of work. Why do you think women can do it too? Why not leave the relationship X, Y, and Z? Probably because you don't want to hurt the person. Oh,
Oh, whoa, whoa,
they're
whoa. You're saying, like, why doesn't the partner leave after somebody's cheating?
no. How a man has so much effort to cheat while he's with somebody else? Because that's a whole different like amount of energy you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Some people find out that their boyfriends have a whole fucking family.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think women have ever really. You find a woman who's cheating and has a whole different family.
No, but I mean, I don't know what you're trying to say. I mean, dude, people are people. People are fucked up. People are going to always do what their monkey brain tells them to do. And
Monkey
whether
see,
that's
monkey do.
go for the next piece of ass that's ready for you or, I don't know, steal something. Like, I mean, people are creatures.
Yeah.
We have instincts. And it's just, uh, you hope that your better judgment is the one that's always making decisions
Mm-hmm.
and not your monkey brain.
You're so nice. You put it in such a nice way.
Why is that?
I'm just like, I can't believe he cheated. What a piece of shit. Or X, Y, and Z.
No, I get it. I understand why people cheat because you're not thinking. That's what it
Are you?
is. You're not thinking about the aftermath. You're not thinking about who it is that would be hurt if they found out about this. You're thinking about
Satisfaction at the
exactly,
moment.
exactly. You're thinking about immediate gratification.
Mm.
You're not thinking about the long-term consequences.
Well, here we are.
And if you're somebody like that, you probably got a lot of other issues going on
Oh, for
too.
sure.
If
That's
you're
for sure.
somebody who's very impulsive or seeking for the easy pleasures, like that's not, at least for me, that's not something that I think would be benefiting a lot in my life.
Yeah.
Some people it does.
Well, I do want to go into some questions the audience asked on Instagram.
Okay.
I did ask like what questions people wanted to hear. I wrote them all down. Also, shout out to Salma because I just called her and she's out and about and she was like, why don't you guys, she gave me a bunch of questions. But we still had a bunch of questions. Anyway, some of the same questions. I do want to start off with the most important one: how to communicate better.
Understanding how it is that your partner receives communication. I think kind of similar to the love language thing with the physical touch, the gift giving. If I need to spell it out for you and simplify things as best I can to be able to get my point across to you, then that's what I need to do. If I need to give analogies so that you have reference points of what it is that I'm trying to say, then that's what I got to do.
He does that a lot. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Because I'm dumb.
You're not dumb.
Because what I am telling you, I need to be able to think that I am saying the right thing too. So I need to say it in a different way that also is what I'm saying, but in a way that's not.
You gotta give yourself grace though. There's a lot of things you fucking know, and I'm just like, what? You know so much shit that I'm just like, I'm like, we grew up so different. We're both Latinos and we're both like fucking different as shit. He's like, you're not cultured. You never seen this. You don't know who this is. I'm like, no, I don't care. I grew up watching La
How long
Fama.
was it? It was 26 years. It was 26 years since you've seen Blood and Blood Out.
Bro, seriously, nobody's probably watched Blood and Blood Out in this fucking podcast watching. If you have,
Flamer in the comments. That's a terrible take.
I grew up watching telenovelas, La Rosa de Guadalupe. I grew up watching Teresa. I grew up watching all the Latino like goods, and then also Law and Order.
Yeah, who hasn't seen Law
and
Order?
Friends?
Who hasn't seen Friends 1,000 times?
Also, I think when we were talking about communication, knowing, for me personally and from our experience, sometimes I shut down personally, but learning how to communicate in a proper tone and not just communicate and like react is something. Also, you don't have to text your partner all the fucking time. Hey, I'm doing this. I'll be home around this time or X, Y, and Z. Because there was a point in my life where Rudy would never respond to me, and we were at a younger age, and I would get very mad and very overwhelmed. Now it's a whole different story. I'm just like, hey, what time will you be home? He responds, or he just like reacts to my text messages if he's busy, and that's all I need.
I think, like you said, it's different stage in life, but I think a lot of that just comes from trust.
That too.
I think we were definitely at a point where you didn't trust me as much as you probably do now.
Yes.
So you probably feel okay and at ease, even though I'm not responding, that I'm not doing something I shouldn't be doing, if you will.
See, I didn't think about that. So yes, trust is another thing. Well, how to trust your partner. And there's like so many different stages, like you were saying. Learning how to trust your partner, especially if it's like something happens and you don't trust them anymore, doesn't mean like it's cheating or X, Y, and Z. Say hypothetically he did something, you don't trust him or her. How to rebuild trust,
It's
I guess.
also like white lies. I mean, you could also throw that in there, just like meaningless lies.
Oh, like making up lies?
Yeah, I don't know, just lying about nonsense that like really has
Doesn't matter.
no repercussions, but you're just lying about dumb shit for no reason. Another thing, my vocabulary. I tend to use a lot of cuss words to express myself, and I'm not cussing at her; just a part of whatever it is that I'm saying.
Emily's like, it's not what you said; it's the way you said it, and that's it.
And so, like, I'll, say the F word or something in a sentence, and she had to learn because I can't unlearn to not cuss.
Also, you grew up that way.
There you go. I'm grateful that she understands that.
Because I
But
still hear it to this day.
but like that, I mean, you did that a lot as far as like, why are you cussing at me,
That's
kind of
true.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like I had to constantly be re-expressing that I'm not cussing at you, just how I am trying to express the situation. I tend to maybe get over animated because I want you to, I guess, be involved in whatever it is that I'm saying. So I don't know.
No, that was a great point. That's a great point. Somebody did ask, how were we first introduced to relationships? What was your first memory of like a relationship? I can start. I mean,
Go ahead, yeah.
my I grew up with multiple people in a house for a long time. My parents were together at a very young age. My dad's parents were together for a long time. My grandma had already like separated from my grandpa or divorced. She entered another relationship. So for the longest time as I was a kid, I saw relationships. But as I got older, I could tell that my mom was very unhappy. Um, my dad was very unhappy. They separated at a young age. So that's what I saw for a long time. Um, my mom remarried. So that's kind of how I got introduced to relationships, and not really knowing how a man should treat a woman,
Mm.
because my mom wasn't treated the best until obviously as they got older. But my dad did cheat on my mom multiple times. And then, yeah, that's like the first memory I could think about of how I was. And I was like, never trust a man. And until I met Rudy. So,
So you're saying that your experience shaped you to not trust men?
for a while, yeah, I didn't trust my dad for a long time. He disappointed me constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my grandma's ex-husband disappointed me. There was times where we were still figuring out, we were still young. And I grew around mainly women. So, yeah, I didn't trust men for a long time.
Sounds like I had the odds up against me, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Look how we fit. I think also another factor on top of like just seeing like my parents' relationship and my grandparents' relationship,
Mm-hmm.
if you will. Like I think, uh, like I'm not comparing it, but I'm just also adding it into it. Like my relationship with my sister, I feel that when she was born, I had this sense of wanting to take care of her,
Mm-hmm.
wanting to make sure that she was safe, wanting to make sure that um she was involved in with whatever we were doing. Um and I think me having that to focus on when I was getting into like my teenage years helped shape on how it is that I wanted to treat women
Mm-hmm.
or treat a woman, or at least get it help me understand how I believe a man should take care of a woman.
Yeah.
It's not obviously I'm not saying it's the same thing. I'm just saying that having that as an example, I felt maybe led. I mean, also my mom,
Oh, yeah, your mom.
me and my mother's relationship. It's
Mm-hmm.
not a relationship, but it's a relationship amongst us that I wanted to also make sure that my mother was taken care of, make sure that she felt safe. Um, and I think just having those two women in my life made me understand that I can't be an asshole to whoever it is I want to spend the rest of my life with.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that they are also feeling um, reassured, safe, um, comfortable. Um,
That's why all the girls wanted you, huh? Because you were just so sweet.
Maybe, but it's okay. None of that matters now.
I know. But that's a good example. I didn't even think about like sibling relationship.
And I think it has maybe something to do with both of us being the older sibling
That's too.
and
Yeah.
us having that shared mentality of um I don't not security, but
I would say
just
protection.
yeah, I think that's
Mm-hmm.
probably a better word. Like
Mm-hmm.
just protection, safe.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Yeah,
just
because I would have never wanted my siblings to go through anything I did. And
yeah.
so felt like I had to protect them. I do have brothers, so like that's another thing. They were always like like well, at least Alex was. He's always been like kind, never rude, always there, jokes around. Um and I was like that's what I want a man to be like. But that was like my kind of rough era. And like I know there's a lot of friends in high school and like growing up that's parents weren't together. So it was very rare to see parents of friends that were still together after X, Y, and Z long, whatever.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I never really thought of that.
A lot of my friends' parents weren't together, or
Mm-hmm.
like they were like Liz's parents were still together. Yours, like Samantha's parents are still together. So it's like mine weren't together. So
Did you feel like the odd one out?
kind of because it was like they separated whenever I was going into high school and everybody's parents were together for a point in my life. And I was like, well, damn, like my parents aren't together.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't. Maybe it's because my parents were together. It just wasn't ever something I thought of.
Yeah.
It
I
wasn't
mean,
like I thought of people being odd because you had only one parent or nothing.
yeah, but I also had my grandma, my aunt, my
Yeah.
uncle, um, my stepdad came into my life. So
Yeah, you just didn't have the typical
yeah,
upbringing.
for sure. For sure. Anyways, this is a good one. I think self-confidence in a relationship. I think you really have to find your own confidence before even entering a relationship, but also you grow and gain more confidence or built you build on it when you're growing this relationship as well.
Confidence comes through growth.
Mm-hmm. Comes after sometimes. Because personally, I think also if you get into the wrong relationship and you showcase that you're very, you okay? Very insecure, very X, Y, and Z, like, unfortunately, some people will take advantage of that. And that's how some relationships are bad, or some people aren't happy, don't know how to walk away. Because some people do take that advantage. Oh, she's insecure. I can do this. Or he's insecure.
Yeah, I guess it's something that you haven't touched on yet.
And we've seen it. I've seen it. And with people I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, we went somewhere, not going to say where. And you could tell this woman was just so mean to her husband. She was like, he stepped on her shoe, like, think twice, or her sandal. She's like, like, over dramatic,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
loud. They have a kid, like, newborn. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, babe. I'm so sorry. And she's like,
Yeah.
ugh. I'm like, damn, that's mean.
Yeah, you could tell who wears the pants in that
Yeah, for sure.
relationship.
For sure.
Like who she was super like assertive, if you
Oh my
will. Like,
God.
and he was super like, "Oh my god, please don't get mad in public."
Yeah.
Um,
Pobrecito.
that's another thing. Like or that goes back to the if you're not teaching it, you're allowing it.
Yeah.
If you're allowing her to fucking talk to you like that, then she's gonna talk to you like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably stems from her upbringing and what she saw, and she's
Mm-hmm.
just gonna put that on you. And if it's not something that you don't say you don't like, then what's gonna stop her from treating you that way? Maybe he does like it, and we don't know that.
Maybe.
Um, maybe he likes a assertive woman,
Maybe.
which it's not a good or bad thing. It's just we all have different desires.
That's very true. How to deal with toxic in-laws? I couldn't answer that, honestly.
Yeah,
I have no I have
we've been
no
more guessing. I don't know. I mean,
I think also how involved are your in-laws in your relationship
yeah.
and in your life?
Okay, I guess let's go down that route.
Well, yeah. So in your life, in your relationship, the one thing that I set huge boundaries on, my mom's relationship has always involved other people, like my family, you know, everybody has always like had opinions about my mom's relationship. And I refuse to have that. So I set boundaries. My family never really knows what's going on with us. They don't know when we have fights or whatever. I'm not telling them, hey, we didn't agree on this.
Yeah.
I think how involved are your in laws and how, like, do you have boundaries?
Mm-hmm.
Do they just not like you from the beginning? Have you had a discussion with them and be like, well, what's the issue? Like, I'm marrying your son, or why? Like, I'm marrying your daughter. Why didn't you like me from the beginning? That's a whole different
Yeah, I think.
conversation.
I think the key thing is that you have a conversation with your partner and you're on the same page as far as how involved their parents are in your relationship. That's another thing to check off the list with marriage, kids, income, all that bullshit. Like, how do your families,
Merge. Merge.
how do your families, like, I guess merge, you can use merge, intertwine,
I'm just
involve,
thinking friends merge. That's why.
uh, how involved they are in your relationship. If you've taken our approach, like obviously we love our family, but they don't decide on what I do with my wife or how I treat my wife. Um, Although I love them, they can have their own opinions about my relationship and keep that to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, it's different if say for whatever reason we do have hardship or whatever, and I'm looking for counsel. If I'm asking for like an opinion or something, like obviously that's different. But as far as like them giving their unsolicited opinion or advice about my relationship,
Mm-hmm.
that's something that we've agreed that is not okay.
It also comes down to, does your partner defend you over their parents?
Yeah.
There's a
So,
lot
sorry,
of
I don't think I fully explained it, but yes.
yeah. It's like a lot of people don't defend their partner in front of their parents or X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, holy crap. Like, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, I think that's just like on top of like, or how are we going to handle those kind of situations if
Yeah.
they ever do arise? Um, and if you really are in a situation that you have, mm, what do you call it? Almost like helicopter in-laws.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you have kids.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of
Oh.
what's like the like. I mean, there's a lot of kids that are single child. They're the only kid that their parents have. So I mean,
Yeah, but there's a lot of in laws that have so much opinions about when their kids have kids. Oh, I didn't do it this way. I didn't raise them this way.
oh,
There's
that's
some
what you're talking about.
there's some in-laws that are just not present, or some in-laws that are too present.
Yeah,
And there's a lot of factors. Everybody is everybody's in a different position, but you really need to have tough conversations. You really need to know, like, to set those boundaries and to talk to your partner. Like, I don't appreciate X, Y, and Z of your parents,
mm.
you know?
I think like most things in life, openness and vulnerability can go a long way.
Mm-hmm.
At least with sane people.
Mhm.
I mean, you could have some insane in-laws.
That's true. That's true.
Excuse me. And if you're open with them and expressing that they're doing things that you don't like, or if you have kids,
Mhm.
and if they're doing things to your kids, their grandchildren, or saying things that you don't like said around them, or having opinions about your relationship in front of the kids, like that needs to all be expressed. There can't be shade throwing. There can't be talking about people through people. It
Mm-mm.
has to be direct because you cannot have messages lost in translation. It goes back to the communication part.
Uh-huh.
If this person isn't understanding what you're saying, learn how they can understand what it is that you're trying to say.
Mhm.